I was in Austin, Texas over the weekend. Lots of interesting stories from Austin, including me getting wrapped into a street fight. I mean, it's just insane. And we will have all those stories on today's bonus show, so make sure to check that out. Do we now have on video maybe the dumbest climate change comment ever? We may. This is Republican Congressman Jeff Miller from Florida. He said that it is straight up foolish to believe that humans can cause global warming. His logic was dinosaur extinction. I want to warm you up for this because if I went right to the dinosaur comment, it would be too nutty. So let's first check out part one of the interview. Okay, check this out.
No, I'm
to swing the moderates when they look at this issue of climate change.
And the truth is, climate has been changing for a long time. They call it global warming, global cooling. Now that everybody wants to call it climate change, yes, the climate is changing. But it has been doing that for centuries. And for us to say that it is a settled argument right now, I think, again, is a foolish argument to make because there are scientists on both sides of the issue that say that it is not settled.
Okay, so this is typical misdirection argument here. There are scientists who say that humans are having no effect on the climate. That is true by the letter of what he's saying, but they're playing up the controversy. That's what Mr. Miller is doing here. And there really is a scientific consensus. Not all opinions are equally scientifically valid, and you can't get thrown by that. So he tries that. It doesn't go that well, and then he comes up with this gem. This is the truly crazy stuff. Listen to this.
So you agree that it is changing?
Oh, I've never said that it wasn't changing.
To a deleterious effect?
It changes. It gets hot, it gets cold. It's done it for as long as we have measured the climate.
But man-made, isn't that the question?
Then why did the dinosaurs go extinct? Were there men that were causing, were there cars running around at that point that were causing global warming? No. The climate has changed since Earth was created.
This is just amazing. This is like all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares, right? In terms of logical fallacies, this is the proof by example logical fallacy, but kind of in reverse. And it's also the non sequitur logical fallacy, right? In other words, he has found an example where a species went extinct that was not connected with man's activities on Earth. Okay, on the one hand, the proof by one example that doesn't fit is a logical fallacy. And at the same time, dinosaur extinction is a total non sequitur when it comes to modern, industrialized climate change. So I don't know that I've ever seen, Lewis, in such a succinct and pithy comment, such nonsense.
Right. You know, a lot of people are just on his side of the argument are just trying to protect big business.
Yeah.
They leave it at, well, there's not a consensus. There are people on both sides of the issue. This guy takes it to this level and starts talking about dinosaurs. It really appears clear that he just has no idea what he's talking about, as opposed to someone who's just trying to protect big business.
He has found a rectangle that is not a square, and he's trying to use that to prove that squares are actually not rectangles. And if we break this down and check out who Congressman Miller is, he said in August, "Our climate will continue to change because of the way that God formed the earth." You're not going to be able to have a rational conversation with someone who believes that. This is intellectual dishonesty combined with ignorance. It is fueled by the anti-intellectualism movement that is increasingly prevalent among the American right. And it is funded, as Lewis said, by the huge climate-denying think tanks and conservative organizations that fund these politicians. We are in serious trouble here.